What's going on, guys? Today we're going to go over 10 different ways you can gain muscle the right way. Guys, I've been working out since 2017. I've been going to the gym, doing cardio, lifting weights, all of it. I've been doing it for almost a decade now. And based off my results that you could see on my Instagram going throughout this video, that is the results if you want what I have here for you today. So, number one, if you want to gain 10 pounds of muscle, you have to consider what workouts are you doing. Are you using the bench press? Are you using rows? Are you doing pull ups, squats? What are you doing? And you might have to implement more things that are going to focus on building muscle. Calisthenics, love my guys that are calisthenic gurus. Those guys are great. But if you're not lifting muscle and you're not lifting weights, you're not lifting heavy things, you're not going to see that muscle growth that you want. And you're not going to break down the muscles the way that you want to. You have to stay in a lean mass slash protein diet, meaning you're not eating a ton of carbs. Now, depending on your weight and where you want to go, it's not always the worst thing to have carbs, especially if you're doing leg day. Leg day is notorious to have a little bit more in terms of carbs. The carbohydrates are really important when you break down leg and lower body muscles, your thighs, your calves, all that stuff needs extra carbohydrates. So keep that in mind. So try to get to the point where you have between a half and 1 gram, half a gram to a gram of protein per pound of your body weight. Right? So if you weigh 100 pounds, you should be trying to get right around that 100 gram per day of protein. Whether that's scrambled eggs, egg whites, steak, whatever it ends up being, chicken, whatever you can get. Focus on trying to get more protein. And when you think of it that way, and that's a 100-pound person. So if you're 200 pounds, you should be looking around 150 to 200 grams of protein per day. Are you getting that much protein a day? Probably not. Making sure recovery is paramount. You can do all the right things. You can eat right. You can work out right. If you are not getting the proper recovery and the proper sleep, this is all for naught. You have to be getting between 6 to 8 hours of sleep a night, even more than that if you can. But if you're building a business or you're working or you're picking up overtime, realistically 6 to 8 hours of sleep should be paramount for you, because this is going to allow for you to not only recover from the day you just had in terms of your muscles and your mind, it's also going to allow you to springboard in a positive way going into the next day. If you wake up and you're tired and grouchy and just not able to get things going, that's already setting you behind the 8 ball, behind your competitors who are trying to do the exact same thing as you. They're already ahead of you because they got proper sleep. Make sure you're getting good sleep. Consistency. I love consistency, discipline, all that stuff is great. But at the end of the day, you have to be completely obsessed with this if you want this to be something you are going to do for the long term. This isn't something you're going to do for a couple of weeks. I cringe when people tell me they're going on a diet. Oh, I'm going on a diet, Kevin. What do you think? And I always say, I'm like, all right, so what are you going to do? I always say to them, what are you going to do after that diet? You're going to be on a diet for a month. So you're just going to go back to the way things were a month from now? So you're going to have the same results. You might as well not even do this diet, because you're going to do the diet for a month. You're going to see results, think, all right, I'm done now. I could go back to what I was doing. And you're going to end up right where you were before that month of dieting. Guys, we don't do diets. Diets are not temporary. Diets are a solution. Diets are a lifetime decision. Right? Diets, we're not going to go on oh, I'm going to try this diet this month. I'm going to try that diet next month. No, we're not. Consistency, discipline, obsession, and making sure we don't do the monthly diet is your way of getting to where you want to go, building that 10 pounds of muscle that you are looking to get. And you have to focus on all the core groups: your shoulders, your back, your arms, your legs. I hate leg day too. You got to do leg day. People will notice. I've got a lot of stuff for that over the years. You know, I don't do my legs enough, and I look great. I have a great chest, upper body, arms, back, shoulders, everything looks good. So what are people going to point at? Why are your legs so small? You got chicken legs. It's the name of the game. You got to keep everything on point. And it's also not going to look proportional. If you've got really big arms and you have nothing on your legs, you got no meat, it's going to look really weird. It's going to look off. And people might not even know why it looks off, the fact that you don't hit leg day, but it's going to look weird. Like, or if, you know, your calves are like super small. I definitely am not in that situation. But, those are the things you have to keep in mind. Focus on making sure you're eating a good diet, because at the end of the day, everybody can work out. Everybody, for the most part, does work out in some form or another, but you have to worry about what you're eating. What are you eating in the kitchen? The kitchen makes the shredded physique and the lean muscle that you want, right? Because we don't want to just put on fat, right? We don't want to I don't want to gain 10 pounds. The key word there is 10 pounds, 10 pounds of muscle, not 10 pounds of fat and chicken shit. We want 10 pounds of muscle. And it's going to take you longer to get the 10 pounds of muscle. It might not take you 3 months, like if you just did a really disgusting bulk, right? It might take you 3 months if you eat Burger King for 10 weeks. You're going to see 10 pounds of fat, but you're not seeing the 10 pounds that you're craving and you're desiring and looking for. And once you do that really disgusting, ugly bulk, I'm going to tell you that you need for the next 2 months to burn all of that off. So you're wasting your time anyway just to get you where you were, and we're going to slowly build that muscle up, right? Try to get like 1 to 2 pounds of muscle every 3 weeks instead of trying to get it all in one shot and just going off and not having it controlled, right? That's how you have to look at this. And you're going to have spells where you go off your diet, right? It starts to get closer to like November, December, January. Guilty as charged myself, right? You're going to gain maybe 5 or 10 pounds in the winter, but you really don't want it to be anything more than that. And even that, even if you start getting to 10 pounds, you really are going to have a hard time to get back into shape by, April and May. If you don't start that process in January, you're already behind the 8 ball going into that next spring and summer. So the key is consistently doing the same thing over and over again. And that's the answer that people hate, because it's not the answer that they want to hear. It's not the fun, sexy answer, but it is the answer to what you are looking for. There is no shortcuts. There's no magic pills. There's no magic saying that's going to get you where you want to go. Truly, it comes down to your mindset. A strong mind creates the temple of your body and your frame of work, right? That's what it all comes down to. And if you are not able to control your mind with your desires and the things you want, not only because of your goals of making money in your business, but it also comes to your body just the same. A lot of people struggle one or the other. You have to do both. You have to have the mental fortitude to contain and have a lean physique, build muscle, go to the gym every day, eat right, and also working toward your aspirations money-wise. So everything is intertwined. Everything is connected because of your mind. Everything comes back to your mind. All the decisions you make are your decisions. Everything that happens to you is your situation. It is your fault why you are where you are, and accepting that and understanding that is the first step to getting you where you want to go. Guys, if you're interested, I have links to my program. I have a couple of different programs. We have the week-long program, the month-long program, and the 16-week program. If you guys are interested in those programs to help you get on the course where you want to go, links to those are down in the description down below if you're interested in that. If you want to DM me, I'm always up for answering some questions for you guys, how I can help. Because at the end of the day, Ozempic and ChatGPT are going to really change the game here in the fitness community. But at the end of the day, it's all about here. It's your mind. It's accountability. It's somebody helping you get where you want to go. And ChatGPT can't quite do that quite yet. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys later.